What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel because the second channel is popping, aka the real Super Mario here, bringing you another video. All right, so after the insanity of last week with the Switch 2 leaks and the daggone lawsuits and stuff, it feels kind of good to go back to regular schedule programming. So for this week we have a 4chan text dump for you that presents a possible regional form and a possible mega evolution for Pokemon Legends ZA. We have some more information on Zelda and Echoes of Wisdom, as well as the first leak. I haven't seen any more leaks. This is the one leak I'm gonna cover so far. We also have some information on Netflix getting a little bit litigious. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna take some legal action against the anime leakers that leaked Don and Terminator and all those other animes from the big anime leak that I covered, as well as a whole lot more information on today's video. So of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me on twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I'll shout you out in this portion of the video. Let's get on into it. So first up, we have Cerebi.net, and they say update, next 7-star raid battle has been fully revealed. A battle against grass type Terra Superior. It runs from September 20th through the 22nd, and again a week later from September 27th through the 29th. So this kind of plays into the starter rumors, all right? Because a lot of people have been saying that the starters are probably going to relate to the last couple 7-star raids that we've been having. Because if you know, the 7-star raids have just been going through all of the starter final evolutions. So there are only 3 final evolutions left, and that is Torterra, Infernape, and Feraligatr. They're the only 3 left that don't have 7-star Terra raids. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be interesting. I don't think those 3 are the starters. All right, I still think that the Pokemon, like, TGC pack leak is probably the closest thing we're going to get. But, Torterra, Infernape, and Feraligatr is not a bad look. It's not bad, but I don't think they will pick 2 starters from Gen 4, though. All right, so the big one. So this is the interesting one, for me anyway. So Stealth says Nintendo announced that the Nintendo Museum will be receiving a special one-of-a-kind Pokemon manhole cover. Mr. Utsunomiya, the COO of the Pokemon Company, and Mr. Furukawa, president of Nintendo, were on site to make the announcement. So, alright, why is a manhole cover so important, Mario? Well, because you don't want people falling into the sewer, for one. The other thing is, these manhole covers were specifically part of a recent rumor/leak, and that was the Pocket Oku leaks. If you remember, we covered this in that big Pocket Oku video. These manhole covers were in those leaks, and it was kind of a unique touch that, like, people don't really talk about. Now, these manhole covers are actually all around Tokyo. They have different Pokemon on them for different parts of Tokyo. The different Pokemon are like the ambassadors for different parts of the city. This one is specifically for the Pokemon Museum, and it has Pikachu, and it has an old school Game Boy and a Pokeball on it. It's just interesting that this connects to that rumor. Alright, so we have Power World. So I haven't talked about Power World in a long time. I'm a prodigious Power World reporter/hater. You know what I'm saying? I did that whole Power World ranking where I ranked how stolen the designs were. That was some fun times, you know what I'm saying? So they got some news though. So the first one basically talks about Xbox and skins. They basically talk about how they were aware that Xbox players were unsatisfied with the lack of skins, and we would like to explain why this is the case and our plans going forward. Palworld does not have a linking system or an account system, as it is not a live service game. So the only way to distribute skins to players in events is via an in-game system. It is possible to distribute skins to Steam players due to the Steam inventory. However, this feature does not exist on Xbox. We plan to create an in-game method for distributing skins in the future, and at that time we will re-release the skins that you missed during the most recent Twitch Drops event. So basically the Xbox fans were mad that they weren't getting the Twitch Drop skins. So, you know, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? As an Overwatch fan, I feel you. But, you know, y'all also get Overwatch stuff, you know, from, Game Pass. So maybe I don't feel y'all niggas. But, yeah, so it's kind of interesting what's going on there. Maybe if Xbox came up with a system kind of like, you know, the Steam inventory system, maybe you'll be able to do something like that. I'm surprised they haven't done that by now, just to be honest. And the other one was regarding the future of Palworld itself. So, TLDR, we are not changing our games-based business model. It will remain buy to play, not free to play, not games as a service. Recently, an article was published in which we discussed the possibility of the future direction of Palworld, the ideas for continuing the game for a long time. In fact, this interview was conducted several months ago. At the time, we were still considering the best way to move forward with Palworld to create a long-lasting game that continues to grow. We are still discussing this internally. It is quite challenging to find an ideal path, but we have already decided that the free-to-play games as a service approach is not suitable for us. Palworld was never designed for that model in mind, and it would require too much work to adapt the game at this point. Additionally, we are very aware that this isn't what our players want, and we always put our players first. We are considering skins and DLC for Palworld in the future as a means to support development, but we will discuss this with you again as we get closer to that point. For now, our priority remains making Palworld the best game possible. So, basically saying, we're not going free to play. Which, I mean, I kind of see, you know what I'm saying, where they're coming from here, you know. But here's the thing. Look, you've already stolen enough from Pokemon. Why not just steal the business model too? Alright, you've already taken a bunch of designs and, you know, gameplay elements. Just take the business model too, okay? It's the best thing for you at this point. Alright, the game, you sell the game, and then you sell expansions to the game, and then eventually you make a sequel to the game, and then you sell expansions to the sequel, and then you just make monies. Just make monies, man. It's fine, you know. Speaking of expansions, we have Black Myth Wukong. So we've got some news on Black Myth Wukong. So it looks like Black Myth Wukong expansion will arrive January 2025 or soon after, which I think that's a pretty big turnaround. That's a pretty quick turnaround time. All right, which, you know, kind of says something about what's probably going on with this DLC. And it says this expansion will arrive at the beginning of 2025, at the end of January or shortly after, according to Daniel Camilio, an analyst in the Chinese video game industry who cites reliable first-hand sources. Camilio also said that the updated sales for Black Myth Wukong were around 20 million units last time they heard. What is up, YouTube? My name is the Loot Box Hero here, aka the Superior channel, the second channel. You can check me out over there. See, I just did a video on Black Myth Wukong not too long ago, and I kind of talked about, you know, some stuff that was going on with the game, like, you know, the weird culture warriors, CCP propaganda stuff, the truth about the allegations that the feminists threw at game science, all that kind of stuff. But the thing I wanted to talk about here today is this comment right here. If it was another game studio, people would say this content was cut to be sold later. But I don't expect that this time. Why not, sir? What's so different about this than any other time in the gaming industry? Huh? What is it? Is it game science like the sweat from Buddha's ball sack or something? Look, all right, this is what's going on here. This is something that we call dick riding, okay? AKA riding the shin long schlong as it's been known, okay? There's nothing really different about game science compared to any other company. More than likely, this is content that they didn't finish, so they cut it in order to resell it later. That's basically what's going on. Okay. Here's the thing though. I'm not going to judge you for dick riding because this 2024. I don't even think we can legally do that anymore. But that's what you're doing. So if that's what you want to do, ride on, brother. But check me out on the second channel. So we move on to a little bit more Power World information. So it says this one was talking about TGS. All right. I thought it was kind of interesting. So it said, firstly, I want to confirm 2 things about TGS and the State of Play event, plus 2 rumors that I ended up acquiring. So first is a fact. It says that the Power World game will definitely be announced for PS5 at TGS, as well as including some additional extras. Then it goes into Resident Evil 9, which, I think it's alright, you know what I'm saying? It will be announced in a teaser format on the 24th of this month at a State of Play. Oh yeah, by the way, Sony announced that State of Play for the 24th, so yeah, expect there to be a Resident Evil appearance at that State of Play. So this is probably real. So that's crazy, bro. I could have broke this story before it happened. Dang nabbit. Which actually kind of works because I believe the last couple of Resident Evil games have been announced at State of Play, so I can see that happening. The full trailer will be out early 2025 in March. The other rumor is that the PS5 version of Power World may also have a mobile port for iPhones only. Is that something that's still happening now? Are there still like mobile games that are just coming to iPhone? I thought that was something that I thought we got over this hurdle when it came to mobile games. I haven't really paid attention to the mobile space outside of like Pokemon Go or like Fire Emblem Heroes, so I don't know, you know. And there's a fly, bro. He keeps flying in front of the camera, and it's kind of pissing me off a little bit. Like I want to kill this man, but rumor is the teaser will be a cinematic environment with a female narration. The voice resembles Lily Gao, so I'm not 100% sure who that is in Resident Evil. They sound like somebody that might be from a Resident Evil game I haven't played. So tell me in the comments down below who Lily Gao is. But as far as the Power World stuff go, I can definitely see them doing that because they've been working on trying to get a Sony port for a while. You know what I'm saying? And since they definitely not going to get a Switch port, I can kind of see this happen. Alright, so moving on to the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. So there was a big Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom leak. Now, I previously recorded a video, but I never got the chance to release it because all the crazy stuff happened last week and it delayed the news video. So you're going to see some costume changes, some hair changes, because this was filmed last week. So but I want to talk about this part first. So Stealth says the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom started as a Zelda Maker game of sorts, then shifted into item creation as the main feature after a year of development. So there's a whole article that I'm going to go over in its own personal video because I think it deserves it. But basically they're saying that initially this was supposed to be like a Zelda Maker. So kind of like Mario Maker. You know how Mario Maker where you can make your own Mario stages and do all kind of crazy stuff and have challenges. Something like that, but probably with like Zelda dungeons more than likely. You know, you can make your own dungeon and do all kind of crazy stuff, which to me sounds like a bananas idea. That sounds like an incredible idea. Okay, I think people have been talking about a Zelda Maker for a long time. So the fact that this game started off as a Zelda Maker is kind of crazy. But I can kind of see why. You know what I'm saying? Like with all of the different items that you can kind of take with you and just use in different crazy ways. I can see that. I can see that. You know. Then the other tweet we have, it says Tomomi Sano is officially the first female director of the Legend of Zelda series. My role was to manage and coordinate the production of this project, suggest adjustments, and then check the outcome to ensure the gameplay created by Grezzo was aligned with the Legend of Zelda series. So basically, she was the manager of the project. Grezzo made the project, and she was the project manager of sorts. So this is pretty interesting. We actually have the first ever female director of a Legend of Zelda game, and she just came in and did her job. Imagine that. She just came in, did her job, and then that was it. Usually, when you bring in a female executive on a big project like this, she has to come in like, oh, we have to make history. And then you end up with Disney Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Run the franchise into a tree. No, she just did her thing, and that was cool. So I think this is pretty good. I think this is a victory for, you know, female managers, you know. All right, so we move on to the Tears of the Kingdom, the Echoes of Wisdom segment. Okay, so we're gonna do something different here. All right, I'm gonna try something different. Cause last time I talked about Zelda leaks, like real leaks. Whole video got assassinated by Nintendo ninjas. Okay, Thanos snapped out of existence. You can't watch that whole video anymore. So I'm not gonna do that. All right, I'm gonna talk about the leaks and describe them to you here. But I'm going to do a Twitter version of this segment, all right? Because whenever I drop a video, you know, I drop a video tweet. So in the Twitter version, you're going to be able to see this. So, all right. So basically the leaks are the box art, which is basically the poster we've seen, but it's got Ganon, like Pig Demon Ganon at the top with Link and the whole, like, you know, shadowy look to it. All right, but the big thing is the actual video. So the video is only about 30 seconds long, and basically it's the person starting up the game from, you know, proving that they have the game. You know what I'm saying? Everything is in German. You know what I'm saying? They have multiple save files, so they've been playing the game for a while. You know what I'm saying? They've had the game since the 10th, so they've had it for a couple days, almost a week at this point. And basically it shows them walking around in the game world, and they see a couple of NPCs, and the NPCs said something in German, and then, you know, they kind of end it, you know. But you can see that it's definitely the game, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the NPCs are black, by the way, so, you know, oh my gosh, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom gone woke confirmed, girl boss, black people, you know, you know. But yeah, if you're watching the Twitter version of this, like, comment, subscribe, watch the full version on YouTube. But if you're watching the YouTube version of this, you know what I'm saying, then, you know, yeah, the leaks are pretty interesting. It proves that the game is real. The game is out there in the wild right now. So I haven't seen any story leaks yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to cover any story leaks on this, because I low-key just want to play this. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, we haven't really had substantial Zelda leaks in a while, so I kind of feel obligated to cover them. Tell me if you... I'll leave it up to y'all. Do y'all want me to cover the leaks or not? If y'all want me to cover it, then I'll cover it. If not, then, you know, I'll just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll just cover, like, some other leaks, like features or something. I just won't cover story stuff. We have Pori Leaks, and he says the alleged Switch 2 is backwards compatible with the Switch 1. So we're getting this from, there was I believe a Korean woman that made a video where she was talking about the Switch 2, because she made a 3D printed mock-up of the Switch 2 using the digital mock-up that we talked about in the leak on Friday. So she was talking about that, and so basically she says that, you know, it's going to be backwards compatible. I'm not sure how she can tell that from a mock-up of the system, but it's entirely possible. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Switch is not, like, software emulating, you know, Switch games on Switch 2. Nintendo could probably get make a Switch emulator to emulate the old games on the new system. So it's possible, but I'm not sure how she got this from the mock-up though. But looking at the mock-up, we do get a size comparison. So based on what she made, it looks like it's going to be an 8-inch screen, which is what we've heard before. It is considerably bigger than the OLED, which is the biggest of the Switches. The Joy-Cons even look like they are bigger. So that's actually a good thing, because for somebody who has like pretty big hands, it's kind of hard to play, with the Joy-Cons because they're very small. So speaking of leaks from this video, we have this guy by the name of Chris Becker. He says, Hot Girl Video 69, could this USB for a camera have anything to do with the VTuber Toad social media posting video editing thing you might very well talked about a long old time ago? And then Hot Girl Video 69 does the ding 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 bell thing. Now, if you don't know what we're talking about here, I did a video on a tweet from Hot Girl Video 69 from like 2 years ago, where they were talking about features of the Switch 2. One of them being a video feature that will allow for like VTuber like actions. So basically the way VTubers work is that they have the camera and it's pointed at them, and there's a suite that they have where their VTuber model is loaded into, and the suite has a bunch of different options that they can use to manipulate the model, and the camera, the suite processes that information and makes it look like they're moving. All right, so it essentially does some green screenish like magic with the VTuber model. And so allegedly your Switch 2 will be able to do this for you with some sort of Nintendo suite where you'll be able to do that. Think kind of like the natural evolution of a Mii. Now, if you want to go back and check out that video and check more on it, you can, because we've already covered that. But we see in the mock-up there is this new button, and this new button is allegedly for this camera. So to you press this new button that's under the home button on the Joy-Con, and it's for this camera. All right, so we moving on. So we have some Netflix news. So now last month I covered the anime leaks that happened, where a bunch of anime involving Netflix were leaked online because of some behind the scenes issues with like a distributor or something like that. So yeah, it was crazy. It was the biggest anime leak ever. The beginning, like the first couple of episodes of Ranma 1/2 were leaked. Don to Don, possibly half that show was leaked. The entire Terminator show was leaked. It was crazy, okay? So it appears that Netflix is looking to take legal action against the leakers who posted the footage of Ranma 1/2 and Don to Don and more shows before release. So Netflix coming for y'all. Nintendo ain't the only ones, beating the war drums. Now it's Netflix, So I kind of figured this was gonna happen eventually, because the leak was crazy. This wasn't just like some clips. This wasn't like a synopsis. This was like entire episodes, entire seasons of brand new shows just got leaked like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Netflix coming for you. somebody going to jail or they getting sued. And more in Netflix news. Netflix had their Geek Week recently. The only thing of note that I saw was they had the Devil May Cry trailer. They had the trailer for Arcane Season 2, which comes out, I believe, in November. And they also had like the trailer or a teaser for another Cyberpunk show, another Cyberpunk anime on Netflix. So it says Netflix animation meets Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red, stay tuned. So we don't know exactly if this is going to be anime or not, because we know that Netflix is one of them companies that call stuff anime, but in actuality, it's just a marime or an anime, whatever you want to call it. It's not actually anime, and they have a knack for doing this. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know if this is going to be some sort of follow up to Edge Runners, which I'm not quite sure how you can follow up that show because, well, the way that show ended. So, you know, it is what it is. But it looks like we're getting some more Netflix Cyberpunk animation. So that's going to be pretty cool. Alright, and we've got one update on a game that I haven't talked about on this channel, but I talked a whole bunch on the second channel. And that is Assassin's Creed Shadows. So, the developer diary has leaked for this game, and apparently it's in Chinese. Which is interesting because the game is Japanese. It's about ninjas and black samurais and all that kind of stuff. And so we got some pretty crucial information from it. So there are 4 shots that leaked, but the 2 shots that are important are these 2. All right, and it seems to be some sort of base builder. All right, and the text at the bottom translates as in this way we can. And then the other one says opportunity to build a hideout. So basically, you can build a hideout, like a ninja, black samurai, assassin hideout in this game, which seems to be pretty cool. It seems to be pretty cool. Now, if you don't know anything about Assassin's Creed Shadows, there's been a whole bunch of controversy around this game. You know, the game stars Yasuke and Naoe. So, of course, you know, 2 different game styles. You know, Yasuke, I say Yasuke because that's everybody. That's the way people want me to say it. Is more of the new style Assassin's Creed, like the loud, you know, kill everybody, you know, samurai style. And Naoe is more of the old school stealthy style of Assassin's Creed. You know, but there's been a whole lot of controversy, mainly because Yasuke is black. All right, and so of all the people that you can find throughout Japanese history, you found the one black man in all of Japanese history to put into this game as a samurai. And so that started a whole firestorm of controversy that I cover on my second channel. You know, so you can check those videos out. They will be linked in the description as well as in the card. So yeah, you know, so I got to plug the second channel. So this one comes with a picture. So it has a picture here of what looks like a red Dubwool and a Mega Meganium. And I'm not quite sure what the top left image is. If it's anything at all, but it looks like something. So we're going to start off with the Dubwool one. So the Dubwool one, on 4chan, they said it's a Kalos Dubwool or a Colossian Dubwool. It's a fire steel type, which is pretty cool. All right, he got that, you know what I'm saying? He got that that Heatran typing. All right, and Heatran is one of my favorite Generation 4 Pokemon. Competitively, Heatran was a beast. So a fire steel typing is actually pretty cool. I'm not sure what Dubwool could do with it, because I don't know much about Dubwool, to be honest. So Mega Johto and Kalos starters. So Mega Feraligatr is Water Dragon. Mega Meganium is Grass Fairy, and Mega Typhlosion is just Fire. What? Really? Everybody else gets a fancy typing but Typhlosion? Come on, dog. That's kind of lame. So returning characters are going to be Looker and Gita. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what role Gita plays in Legends ZA. I mean, so if that's the case, then that means that this takes place in modern day, which it's possible. It's possible. Looker helps you investigate power shortages in Lumino City. Zygrade cells are consuming power. No past themes in this game. Lumino City is trying to redevelop after Lysandre's actions in X and Y, but there are problems in Kalos causing Zygrade to scatter itself across Luminos. The more Zygrade cells you obtain, the more Luminos can redevelop and more Pokemon start getting introduced into the city. That's actually not a bad mechanic, to be honest. I think it's actually a pretty interesting way to go about this. You know what I'm saying? Because there has to be some sort of progression system that's based around fixing the city. And a lot of people believe that the progression system is going to be the more you fix the city, the more you progress. And once you finish an area of the city, then they'll unlock the next area and you do the same thing. Kind of like you did in Legends Arceus with catching the Pokemon. So, interesting. So the next one is another one, or another 4chan leak that's talking about the same image. It says, the other images I received are the Meganimite and menu sprite for the Meganimite. There is a ranch in Luminos where you can exchange current terrain ride Pokemon. The person saw Go-Go with Dubwool. Doesn't seem like there is anything new for Go-Go, which would be kind of a shame. There is a problem with the water power plant with the Mega Clawitzer. Oh, so that's what that is in the top left. It's a Mega Clawitzer. Okay. Alright. It's water steel, and the battle is very hard. The person gave up a bit of information and got mad. So that's up to where the images are. Alright, and so then I got a translation for the Japanese text on the Meganimite. It says, when held by Meganium, it allows for a Mega Evolution during battles, a type of mysterious Mega Stone. So I'm getting some conflicting things here. Alright, personally, I'm gonna call fake on this. If it wasn't for the Mega Meganium, I would say this would possibly be real, because the Dubwool actually looks pretty realistic. It actually looks like it's something from Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? But the Meganium looks weird, and the Mega Clawitzer is really not even there, to be honest. But it's possible. Remember, the first Pokemon leaks that we got for Scarlet and Violet were like this, and people were calling them fake, and it turned out to be caca, and it turned out to be real. So I'm gonna call fake on this, but it's like a 47% fake. 47% fake on this one. Alright, so that's about it for this. So of course, if you like this, tell me in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm right, tell me I'm fat, tell me I'm not. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real and have yourself a good day.